Captain Paul "Pappy" Gunn would soon become a legend in the Southwest Pacific as the engineer officer for the 3rd Bombardment Group.
He was a genius, believe me. Hard man to work with, but he was good. He knew what he was doing, and if you worked with him, you didn't stand around smoking cigarettes, believe me. He put the guns in the nose of the airplanes. The A-20s were the first ones. And they went to Brisbane, and there was a place they called Eagle Farm, and they went out there and they put the guns in the nose. They had Australians working down there, machinists and blacksmiths and everything else. He was making stuff. This stuff to put the guns in the nose, there was nothing. He invented everything that went in there. And that was a lifesaver. That made that airplane serviceable.
The equipment that this outfit had and established the process. From then on, all of the B-25s and all of the A-20s, brand new ones that were shipped in there, as well as all over the world, the testing grounds occurred with this outfit. They invented it.
Under the leadership of Captain Gunn, the enlisted ground crews modified the B-25 with 6 50 caliber machine guns in the nose and another 2 on each side of the forward fuselage. The 10 forward firing heavy machine guns plus the 4 mounted on 2 turrets gave the Mitchell formidable firepower. The ground crews also modified the bomb bay to accommodate parachute deployed fragmentation bombs called Parafrag. On February 8, 1943, ominous reports reached the 5th Air Force headquarters that the Japanese were assembling a convoy at Revolve, its stronghold in the Solomon Islands. The Japanese planned to send reinforcements to Lae. On March 1, 1943, a B-24 crew from the 90th Bombardment Group spotted the Japanese convoy as it headed southwest through the Bismarck Sea, carrying an infantry division along with engineer troops and tons of equipment and supplies. It set the stage for the Battle of the Bismarck Sea, one of the decisive air operations of World War II. The next day, B-17 crews dropped bombs on the convoy, claiming 2 ships. A Royal Australian PPY Catalina followed the convoy during the night of March 2nd and 3rd. Australian Beaufort attack bombers made an unsuccessful torpedo attack during the early morning hours of March 3rd. More attacks by American and Australian aircraft followed without success, other than scattering the convoy. The Grim Reapers went in next, with the 89th Bombardment Squadron's A-20s and the 90th Bombardment Squadron's B-25s. Both squadrons practiced low-level attacks against shipping vessels in which they would come in at deck level, machine guns blazing, and then skip bomb their bombs into the side of their targets. The 12th of October raid signaled the opening of the air campaign against Revolve.
The third attack they were really the heavy hitters, and they came in. Henneberg led the 90th Squadron through the 2 volcanoes on either side of Guadalcanal, which was one of the big bases there at Revolve. Came over, did a great job. And of course, as soon as the 90th Squadron went through this gap, all the Jap ships knew that the rest of them were coming the same way. So they already threw up a screen of fire across this entrance. So by the time the 8th Squadron went through the assigned angle of attack, the Japs were waiting for the 8th Squadron. And that's why we took such heavy losses. So Wilkins went down, Bill Mackey went down. The next guy, Rust, he was shot up very badly. He had to pull out of formation. He barely limped back. And I went through with my 3, and the other guy went through. Maybe we had 8 ships in the 8th Squadron. But we got through, and by that time we were still disoriented as far as our assigned angle. And again, we were spread out instead of being in a good echelon. We were all over the damn place. And the Jap fleet at Anchorage had already pulled anchors and were pulling out to get out of the harbor. So we didn't have very good targets. And by that time we were down so low, you know, when you're down 50 feet off the water, you can't make any steep turns. You're way dim in.
The 5th Air Force hammered the bastion almost daily. The raid on the 2nd of November by the Grim Reapers and 2 other B-25 groups, supported by an escort of 70 P-38s, turned out to be the most destructive of all. The Japanese lost 3 destroyers, and 8 merchant ships were sunk and 80 aircraft destroyed. The 3rd Bombardment Group lost 4 B-25s and their crews. Major Raymond H. Wilkins, commander of the 8th Bombardment Squadron, earned a posthumous Medal of Honor by deliberately drawing the fire of a destroyer so that other B-25s in his squadron could safely withdraw. General George Kenney, 5th Air Force commander, wrote his congratulations to the Grim Reapers, stating, "Congratulations on the stupendous success. Air power has written some important history in the last 3 days. Tell the whole gang that I am so proud of them. I'm about to blow a fuse."